We are talking to you on a Tuesday evening ahead of the Cape Town Met, which runs this coming Saturday at Kenilworth. I'm being joined by Lance Michael, who is the proprietor of SoccerShop.bet. There was racing earlier on at Turffontein, and all smiles from a bookmaker's front today, because the bookmakers had the better of the exchanges, Lance, with a number of fancied runners flopping today at Turffontein.
Yeah, definitely, Nico. Good day for the bookies. Long week, good start. We don't know how it's going to end, but yeah, we're out the gates. We're in front Tuesday evening.
Now, Saturday, with the Met being run, there's 12 races carded. You guys have released the betting early, as have a number of other bookmakers. But let's first of all go to the Met itself. Now, you've got your own opinion, but I think, as with everyone that follows racing and every punter, they attach to one horse, or they follow a horse. They've got doubles, trebles, multiples running into the horse, and if that horse wins on the day, they pick up big money in terms of their multiples. But you keep on studying the race, because if you like a horse and someone else likes a horse, and they keep on telling you that your horse is going to lose to their horse, you keep on wanting to go back to the book and say, well, why, am I wrong or am I right? And I think that happens all the time up until race time. The reason why I'm saying that is because this Met, despite the fact that we've got 11 runners only and a smaller field than we have normally, there's about 4 or 5 horses that people have latched onto and they don't want to know.
Yeah, Nico, 11 horses. Again, 6 can win. 5 are making up the numbers. Maybe even 5 can win. 6 are making up the numbers. But those 5 that are active in the market are really active. July handicap that passed a couple of months back, there were 1 or 2 that created huge money. This Met has double superlative, linebacker, Cometidon, outside money for Marina, strong money for Jet Park. Those are the 5.
Yeah.
And I think can win the race. I don't know if I've missed something out, but that, in my book, is where the money is, and it's consistent money.
Yeah.
It's not just Cometidon, it's not just linebacker. There's money for all 5 horses. And that, for me, tells you that the race has depth. 11 runners, 5 can possibly win, but there are a large amount of people out there that are wagering bets on any one of those 5. The other 6 are not in the race.
Yeah.
You've got to lay 16 to 1, do it again. If he wins, bookies will be smiling. But he's not a warm order. And the rest underneath him are not in the race.
So now the question begs as to where the right money is. And I wanted to come to that because you wouldn't be able to tell. But now the early money was for a double superlative. Now, when we talk about every horse in the Met, we're going to have a negative and a positive. The fact that Anton Marcus not only has to get down to 54 kilos, but now has this injury that he sustained at track work on Tuesday. In fact, on Sunday, was it on Sunday morning before the Kenilworth meeting? Now is a big worry for double superlative fans. Look, we know on good authority that Richard Ferree will step in if Anton Marcus doesn't ride. But although there might have been good money for double superlative early on, is there still money for it, or is it gone cold?
The hot money in the Snake stable now is for
Jet Dog. Yeah.
Double superlative early doors, big money early doors. But now, if you look at the trading screens and you look at the markets out there, there's real money for Jet Dog. Me personally, I'm not a Jet Dog fan. He's a wonderful miler. I don't think he'll be as effective over the 2000. But, it's an easy 2000, but there's a whole lot more that goes into winning the Met.
Yeah.
When he's such a good miler, you know what I mean? He's a really, really top horse, but
yeah.
16, 18 for me is his max. I could end up with egg on my face. He's one of those that I think quartet chance. But he, on the face of today and yesterday, looks the hot horse in the Snake stable.
So actually, how are they priced up at the moment? So where does Jet Dog fit? He must have shortened then, from what you're telling me, in the last
joint favourite. He's joint favourite.
He's joint
So
favourite.
you got 33 to 10 Committee, then 33 to 10 Jet Park, 4 to 1 double superlative and linebacker, and you got 8 and 10 to 1 the balance. I mean, it's an incredible race.
Yeah, it's an incredible
I'm
betting
excited
race.
for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
And it's going to be a tactical race because pace is going to be key. If Jet Dog gets a pace, he's a runner.
Yeah, he's a
And
runner.
I don't see a pace. Between you and me, I don't see a pace.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's going to be a tactical race from gun to toe.
Interesting. I had a phone call in the commentary box when I was calling today from owner Ashwin Reynolds, because it was Captain Lannister running today. And I thought it looked tremendous coming out and going down to the start. It really looked well. And he phoned me after the race to say he was cross that Gavin Larena had won the race and had beaten him. But does he know that he's going to ride my horse on Saturday and he must win? And I asked him how things were going. We know, it's been well documented, that not all went right for Comedy Ding and the Queen's Plate. Apparently there was some issue with him and he wasn't 100%. I asked him about how he was going into the Met. He said to me, Nico, he's spot on. And that looks to have all the ticks, can do the distance, got a good rider, got a decent draw, got the right lead into the Met, in terms of the prep. Is that your idea of the winner?
Nico, I'm very, very bullish on this race. I'm very bullish on a horse that pretty much lines the form line of, or rivals the form line of Committee Ding. I'm very strong on linebacker. 2 reasons. They're both, for me, the first and second choice, my first being linebacker. They're coming into the race third run. They've had a perfect prep. I'm forgiving linebacker his last run, second run after rest, which makes Committee Ding's run in the Queen's Plate even that more impressive because he's coming into the Met third run and that much better off. But for me, those are the 2 that are the most likely winners.
Yeah,
I like the filly Marina. I think she's a wonderful filly. I think she'll be effective over the 2000. I'm not keen on Jet Dog. I really don't like the 3-year-olds. Double superlative for me is a good gamble. And then the rest for me are non-runners. So I'm quite bullish on linebacker, and I think him and Committee Ding will fight this one out.
It's an amazing look at them both, because linebackers won 4 races and Comedy Ding's won 5. They're within a point of each other on the merit rating. It's almost like if you do a tail of the tape, they're both 4-year-olds. If you do a tail of the tape, they're going in probably even Stevens, and it's going to be, it's going to be the better ride on the day, I suppose, will steal the race because they equally
and
as
luck
good.
in running.
Yeah, and luck in running, yeah. Okay, so you're saying linebacker. If I gave you 100 rand and said you have to put it on one horse, your horse would be linebacker then.
I'd ask you for a bit more. That's how confident I am.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. Right. So that's one of the races on the day. But of course, there are supporting features which I wanted to quickly discuss with you. The sprint race is pretty interesting because everyone's billing it as a 2-horse race between Real Gone Kid and Rio Carrari. I think pretty much that they're right, that it does boil down to those 2. And in discussions with Neil earlier on in the week, the interesting thing about Real Gone Kid is they put the blinkers back on, and he tends to get away from Rio Carrari, with Rio Carrari always chasing him down. Again, the Marcus factor is interesting because I think this is his first ride of the day, actually, that he hops aboard. So the question mark is that if he can't ride, as they've said with who's going to ride is the question mark there. And in your mind, is he, as the younger horse, the horse to beat in that race, Real Gone Kid?
I don't know if he's the horse to beat, Nico, but I think the betting, they should be a lot closer. I think they're 14 at 10 and 5 to 2. For me, they should be, both of them should be trading under 2 to 1. I think it's, again, a race that could end up being perfect for Rio Carrari if Real Gone Kid goes too quick and Rio Carrari can sit behind and get a good run into the race. On the other hand, if he gets too far ahead, he's not going to catch him. So yes, 2-horse race, in my opinion, I'll be very surprised if you get past the pair of them. But at gunpoint, I would have my money on Real Gold Kid, just on current form and the way he's been winning. I think he could be the horse to beat. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if Real Gold Kid ends up the favourite on the jump.
Okay. Then let's talk about the Mallorca Stakes, because Captain's Ransom won over a bit further and reverts back down to a mile now. The question that we had was that the betting again has Captain's Ransom well clear of the others. We thought it would be a bit tighter because that younger horse, Chansonnet, really gave her a run for her money last time out, and that was over 1,800 meters. How are they betting in that race?
They got evens, 3-1.
Ransom.
Again, yeah, 3-1 Chansonnet. It's a nice race, Nico. There's a lot of substance. I mean, Captain's Ransom's beaten them a number of times. The only time they beat her was in Durban.
Yes.
In KZN. So, in all honesty, she's a worthy favourite. Me, I don't like her. Don't ask me why. I just feel she's.
But you said that to me. You said that to me before the Queen's Plate as well. You said you didn't. I mean, she did win that day, so you were wrong. We're wrong and we're right. But again, you're confirming that you're playing to beat her in terms from a bookmaker's perspective. If someone wants to back it, they can come and back it with you.
My theory is this: the 3-year-old colts are not as good as the 3-year-old fillies of the current crop.
Yeah,
that's just the gospel according to Lance. I make an opinion and I play according to my opinion. The last call I had was with Neil for the Queen's Plate, and in that interview I brassed the 3-year-olds. I happen to be right. Yeah. I'm taking it a step further and I'm saying the fillies are better than the colts. As 3-year-olds. I think when they meet in the season coming with the allowance, I think the fillies will beat the colts. So I think the Desert Miracles, the Chansonnets are really good horses. So they can put up a fight against the older horses. And I think Chansonnet is a huge runner. I know she's half a kilo worth off on the run on
Paddock Stakes, right?
Yeah, but I think her draw, again, Nico, I think he'll have a big day on Saturday.
Yes.
And Captain Ransom, I think ready. I think ready to get beat.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Zarina wins or one of the other.
Princess Kala.
Princess Kala, I wouldn't be surprised because there's half a length between all of them. But I think the young horse for me is the horse to beat. And value at 3-1. That's my opinion.
I want takes on two more races. The Stayers race is interesting because Mike de Kock's got one horse that he's taking down there, Sparkling Water. It was very, very fluent in its last one after it ran a bit under par in the Summer Cup. What did you make of that race? Did you think Sparkling Water? I mean, she's waited to win that race.
That was just what I was going to say. On the weight, if this was turf and team, it'd be a mismatch.
Yeah.
But she's got to travel. She's taking on. She's away from home, Nico. You know, to give you the short story, she's away from home.
Yeah.
We don't know how she's going to travel. She is a filly. You know, fillies are far more temperamental than the colts. So we don't know. If the Desert Miracle couldn't win the Guineas, I think she might have her work cut out for her. But on paper, if all goes well, for me, she's the horse to beat.
Has there been money for her? Has there been money for her?
There's been no money in that race.
Okay.
No money in that race. Yeah. Real money. There's been main money's in the is it the Mallorca?
Yeah, the Mallorca. Yeah,
the Mallorca and the Queen's Plate. That's where the real money is, and a little bit of money on Real Gold Kid.
The last race I wanted to talk to you about.
Very nice race at today's race.
Absolutely. The last race we wanted to talk about was the Politician Stakes, where everyone seems to be saying that this Pakaya is going to be the right horse in that race because they've been from before, but there's Universal in that race. We've talked, you and I, about Universal before. You've got Zapatias in the race and a few others. What's your feeling on that one?
Well, Nico, if you've been listening to the conversation, I'm grassy for 3 hours.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm starting early. I'm going against the 3 hours. So the line the Guineas line, I'm taking an absolute liberty. I'm going for a horse here. I'm going quite strong for a horse here called, what's it, Senso Unica.
Senso
What's
Unica,
it
yeah.
called?
Senso Unica.
Senso Unica.
That was the
Now,
horse
the
that
reason
won.
I'm going for it,
Yeah, I know, because it's a
Yeah.
bookmaker's horse. Because you stood to lose the absolute baby when it won,
correct.
and they
Yeah.
took the race away. No wonder you're going for it. Bookmakers like those type of horses.
But he doesn't come from the Guineas form.
Yeah, he doesn't run in the Guineas. Yeah.
So again, it's the gospel according to Lance. So I'm saying, if I don't like the 3-year-olds and I don't like the double superlative form, I gamble them in the Queen's Plate. I'm going to gamble them in the Politician. So I look for horses that weren't in that form line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Senso Unico, we know can run. We know he's
Yeah.
class that.
Yes.
And he was never going to run in the Guineas because it's a bit short.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going for him, Nico. I'm going for 2 horses on the day. I'm going for Senso and I'm going for Linebacker.
Linebacker. Okay. Okay, Lance. As I say that now, the connection's playing up once again because we've battled to record this, but you're back with us. I just wanted to say all the best for the weekend. We're hoping to come and see you soon again. I think we'll be there next week when Neil's back from Nigeria. But thanks again for all the contributions and the additions to our Clocking the Gallop channel. We appreciate it very, very much. We're looking forward to seeing the whole team out there. How are they all doing, by the way? We're missing them. How's your dad? How's your dad going? How's Uncle Les?
My dad's had a terrible run of form, so you guys have missed the swearing and abuse. Today it all changed. You won a good few thousand today, so it's all smiles. So he's good. Jason's good. Eric's good. No, we're all good, Nico. We're all holding the fort, waiting for you guys, and looking forward to seeing you all.
Okay, well, Lance Michael joins us on the line talking about the Met Day. Thanks very much for your input, Lance, and all the best again for Saturday.
Excellent. Thanks, Nico. Take care.
Bye.